We have Deputy David Cullinane. You have 5 minutes.
And the advantage of coming in midway through a debate is that you would have had a flavour of the opinions from both government, Fianna Fáil, and all of the parties and independents who have spoken, and it's quite spectacular to hear an awful lot of the red herrings which have been peddled by government ministers and by Fianna Fáil here today. And I just want to make something, first of all, very, very clear to the ministers that sit across from me and to Fianna Fáil who sit opposite me as well. My party and I am in favour of foreign direct investment. I am in favour of multinational companies coming to Ireland. I am in favour of multinational companies creating jobs. I am in favour of multinational companies employing as many people as we can possibly employ. I am in favour of attracting more foreign direct investment, and I am also in favour of making sure that we do our best to be competitive, and that is why I support Ireland's 12.5% corporation tax rate. So none of that is in question, and none of that can be challenged by the government ministers across or by Fianna Fáil. What I am against, though, is having a two-tier tax structure that forces small and medium-sized businesses to operate within the rules as they should, to ask ordinary PAYE workers to operate within the rules as they do, but then to treat one multinational company different to all the other multinational companies, to all those small and medium-sized businesses and to working people across this state. For the record, Minister, there are 808 multinational companies operating in this state. Between them, they employ 180,000 people. And all of them, quite rightly, are involved in real economic activity. They create jobs, they pay their taxes, and they provide a service to the state and to the communities in which they are based as well. And we all collectively celebrate that. What we had, though, in this situation with Apple was a mechanism that was created to allow this company to avoid paying taxes elsewhere and to allow over €100 billion of profits to become stateless and not to be taxed anywhere through what the European Commission believes to be a special arrangement and a deal struck between the Irish state and that company. Now, the Minister will also be aware that there was Senate hearings in the United States on this issue. And when Tim Cook, who was the CEO of Apple, was before the Senate hearing, he made it clear that there was a special arrangement between his company and Ireland, that there was a tax arrangement between his company and Ireland. And the head of tax affairs in Apple went further when he was pressed and said that, yes, that arrangement means that we pay no more than 2% tax in Ireland. And that was his words, not mine, Minister, not Sinn Féin's, not anybody else's in this chamber. It was his words at that Senate hearing. So it's quite clear when Apple were under oath at that Senate hearing that they had no choice but to come clean and accept there was a special arrangement, they were not paying the proper taxes, and the European Commission has found that there was illegal state aid given. There's also an attempt by the government as well to say that, well, this isn't about state aid because it's to do with tax, and other people have made the point that they are intertwined, and the Minister should know this. Minister, nobody is asking that Ireland become a global tax collector. That is another red herring that you are peddling here today. I don't believe Ireland should be a global tax collector, but nor do I believe that this state should facilitate global tax avoidance. That's the question here. That's why the state is in the dock. That's why the spotlight has been put on this state. You mentioned a risk to jobs. The only people talking about a risk to jobs are the Fine Gael ministers sitting across from me, the Fianna Fáil deputy sitting over here. The IDA are not saying there's any risk to jobs. The existing multinational companies which are here are not saying there's any risk to jobs. We in Sinn Féin are not saying there's any risk to jobs. I haven't heard one CEO of any of the other multinational companies based here say that there is risk to jobs. In fact, the one company which is in the dock, their CEO has said that all of the jobs, Apple's jobs in Ireland, are safe. So stop with the red herrings, Minister. You need to deal with the... You'll have your say, Deputy, and I hope that your say will be uninterrupted. I hope that your say will be uninterrupted. And I understand the pressure Fianna Fáil is under on this one. But you have again chose to side with the multinational who are not paying their taxes, to side with major tax avoidance, not to stand with the Irish people. And the final point I'll make is because nobody, in my view, outside of Ireland is going to buy this absolute nonsense that this government and Fianna Fáil are standing up to the EU to defend Irish tax sovereignty. They will see it for the collective red herring that it is. And the final point I'll make is this. The biggest threat to jobs is the fact that we have dodgy deals. If you look at what's happening at the moment in the headline figures around the world, distorted GDP figures, leprechaun economics, special deals, dodgy deals in relation to multinationals, that is what is doing the damage. And that is not the responsibility of the European Commission or Sinn Féin or anybody else in this chamber. It is the responsibility of the Fine Gael party and the Fianna Fáil party. And is it no wonder that they are again colluding here today to deprive citizens of taxes which we are due?
Thank you.